Okay, I thought I'd bring you, well, I'd talk for this little bit because I have no idea what I'm doing and there's probably going to be too many captions to write. So, I cut all the little, you saw me cut all the little legs, all the little wires. Well, that's what they're meant to be. This is meant to be a spider in the middle of the cookie. So, I took this, hope you can see that because I've tried to zoom in for you, the clay, which I'm still a little bit worried about the black clay, out of the bag, out of the outer bag. And then, so I've looked inside and I've got the nib, and then I'm presuming we have to cut, or do we? I don't know how. Right, so do we, it doesn't really tell you how. It doesn't say in the instructions on how to use it. I haven't looked at anybody's videos, so I don't have a clue. I've never used one of these before. It doesn't tell you how to do it. So, although I'm not very logical with these things, do I cut a hole in that bag, in this nib, put this back on, and then put the other one back over the top? Does that make sense? Is that what we do? I've never used one of these before. Well, I can't put that on, I can't put this in, and I can't put that on without putting something in, so that's what I'm going to do. It makes sense to me. I'm sorry if it doesn't, if you're probably all screaming at me that's the wrong thing to do. But there's no other way, is there? There is no other way. I've got to put that over there, and then this has surely got to go back in there. So I'll cut it off the end of there, and then put this back in here. Well, it works. I don't know if that's what I meant to do, but it works. I'm sure somebody will tell me if I'm doing this wrong. And I apologise if I'm doing it all wrong, but what I want is a big blob of black in the centre. Okay, so it's not like icing. Blob, I want a blob. So it's squishy. I'm used to baking cakes, but I'm not used to this. Okay, so we have, I'm sorry Mr. Clay thing. I'll shake it down. I'm going to put that in something airtight in a second. I hope it doesn't dry in seconds. Right. Don't put it on anything because it's going to go everywhere. So we have a, so what I'm going to do, so what I want to do is put this little Dracula head on top, and then I want to put the spider legs in the middle. Have we got enough? I might not have enough. Hang on. Dracula head. Come back up. We're going to get in a mess with this. We're going to get in a mess. I might need a bigger blob. If this works, guys, and looks anything decent after, this will be a miracle. Okay. It is very sticky. Come on. Give me a big blob without looking hideous. So this one, okay, come on. Just give me a big blob. That looks a bit better. It was a bit runny to start with, but this is much, so the other ones are much squishier than this one, so I wonder if they're supposed to be, I wonder if they're much, let me get a cocktail stick. I wonder if they're much more runny consistency right now. Ah, see, that's harder. The first bit was really runny. Perhaps that's what happens, I don't know. I'm not very good with it. I've never used this clay stuff before. You can tell, can't you? Because I'm like... Okay. I want to push the... I want this to be the spider-like head and body. Then I want to push the little legs in. But my little legs are going to be too big, I think, now. Are you going to be too big? I think you are. I think you are. Right, I'm going to come back. I'm going to cut these legs a bit smaller. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see, but it's a bit fiddly now. I have cut the legs a bit smaller, and now I'm going to push them into the... I've cut them and rebent them, and then I can push them in. Oh, see? Oh, he looks cute now. Some of them are bigger than others. I didn't say it was going to be perfect. It was an idea. So it's not a perfect idea. It was an idea. These tweezers are getting a little bit... Oh, look. It's a bit fiddly because I'm trying to push the wire where the other wire is. That's it. There we go. Oh, it's cute. Okay, I'll tidy up and I'll get this, because I'm presuming this, I don't know how fast this clay stuff dries, so I'm going to get the other bag in a baggie, and then we'll see what else we can do. Okay guys, I'm going to now attempt to bring you back in for this bit. I'm going to attempt to, it says in the book that you can mix this clay with water to make a runnier icing to do on the top of cookies. So that's what we're going to attempt. There we go. Well, I don't even need to use the tip really, do I? All I want to do is squish them in this cup. Squish them in there. Come on, squish. A blob in there. This one's a little bit harder than the other ones anyway. And then it says if you add water, now I don't know how much water, so I don't know. I do it literally a drop at a time. So that's one drop. Does it do anything? Oh yeah. Okay, so squidgy. I don't know how, we don't want it runny because the other one took a couple of hours to dry. So one drop and we really have got in that little bit. We are, although it's stuck into a blob on the end of my thing. Let's get it to mix a bit better. So let's try to scrape it all down. Sorry, this is a bit fiddly so that you can see as well. Okay, so, and I can always add a bit more clay if it's too, because I think that might be a little bit too runny because it was only a small bit of clay. So you really don't need much water at all. Sort of one drop, so when you're adding yours, don't go pouring the water and literally do it a drop at a time. So I'm going to put a little bit more clay in. Because what I want it runnier than this sort of sticky blob, because this was the thickest one I had anyway, but I want it sort of better consistency than that, because this was, I think the other colours would be probably better, but I wanted it black. Perhaps extremely thick paint, if that makes sense. How does that look? It's really hard for me to see at the same time as you, but it's looking more promising. Is that going to be enough? Right, I'll come back to you when I've got the right consistency and the right... Okay, I think I've got it right now-ish. I won't really know until I start putting the eyes in and that, so... But I've got it to a point where it will fall off the spatula, but it won't. And it will flood, but it's not like water. So we'll see. So I'm just going to move them over a little bit. No really idea what I'm doing here, but we'll soon see. The idea is, I don't want to drip anywhere else too. I just think that's a bit too much. I'll call a nervous. Right. It just looks like one giant beady eye. Right. Okay, hopefully it should flood to the edge and not go over. But be beady enough to hold the tension of the top. That was the plan. I think it will. It's like when you do icing. And you do like flood consistency and like 70-second icing, you know, when it sort of trails on the top and it looks kind of cool. Okay, can I get the next one to match though? And is it gonna flatten out? I want it to be lumpy. Ooh. Okay, come on beady eye. Number 2. Don't put too much in. I say made, I don't think I'll put much in that way. I can always add some more in, but I don't want to go over the top. Because once it runs over the top, yeah, I can wipe it off, but it will stain a little bit, I think. I think I'm going to let it dry a little bit before I've got the nose to do. But I wanted to... Yeah, there's not quite as much in that one as there is in that one, but I don't want to... Oh, those are two piercing black eyes now. I like it. You start on something and you do layers and you think, I'm not sure if this is going to work. Actually, I do that with most things I do. What does that look like? I can't stick my head right over the top, otherwise I'm going to stick my face right over the top of you. So I hope I've got everything. Right, let's see if we can do this little nose. Runny for the nose, I think, to flood in. It is drying. You can see on the spatula it's drying work. So you don't have tons of work time with this once it starts to go off. When you've added water. I mean, it's great that you can do that, get a different consistency. I didn't not use these before. Is that all of the nose? I cannot see with the reflection. So I'll tidy them up after, but I cannot see whether I've covered all of that nose at all. So I do apologise if I haven't, but I will check afterwards. Right. We'll let that dry and then we'll get on to the next bit. Okay, they've dried enough so I can do my next. And what I think I'm going to do is it's only got a skin on it. It's been about an hour and a half. Obviously when you add water, it's going to make the drying time slower. But look! How cool is that? I just thought that was like irresistibly funky. So I found two eyes that were about the same, because in the box there's all different, there's a couple of different sizes and some, because they're obviously clay canes, so some are slightly different shapes and stuff like that. So I found two that were relatively similar and I think that's ace. I love them. Okay, I'll let this dry. And we've done, that's our fourth piece. I've got one more that I want to do and then we'll wrap up. Hello, hello. Okay, so, sorry, right, sorry it's been a couple of days since I actually finished the items because, yeah, at the very end of filming, I'm sorry, when I was just finishing this one, my camera died, I'm afraid. It's on its last legs. I had to abandon filming the end of this. I was in the process of turning it over and just curing the other side, but the camera crashed. It wouldn't turn back on for days. It has turned back on now. I'm going to have to get a new one. It's an old camera, and you know, it's limped on for this long, so, but I can't afford one at the moment, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. But anyway, so that's why the footage ended abruptly. I'm really sorry. Yeah, so I'm really sorry. So this box, I loved it. It's fab. There's so many little things you can do, so many ideas. The actual theme that I sort of ended up going with gold for the box was actually, excuse my arms, these little things. When I saw I love these, and the quality is so nice of these. When I saw the gold, it kind of, I ended up doing this one, and then the theme kind of just stuck. And so, apart from this one, all the others have got gold on them. I just had little pocket air bubble here. It's fine. It's okay. That's the only one I had a little bit of an air pocket with. I love this. I love the spider. Oh, it's so cute. So I liked the fact that we could incorporate. I wasn't sure how I was going to incorporate the clays in, so I've not done much of that before, and you know me, I like to do it in my own way, and so I didn't sort of haven't done many food toppings and things like that, so I wanted to sort of do them in my own little way, so I sort of used the clay as the spider's body, and these little Fimo clay slices. Halloween, it just spoke spider to me. Yeah, I mean, it's a bat's head really, but it spoke spider to me, so it's a spider. So I love them. I think they're really good. I did the backs glittery on each of them, so when they turn over, if I use them for key rings, I could use them for key rings. They are glittery. This one, I didn't like it when it came out matte. These look great matte, but this, I didn't like it, so I just painted the top, and it came out, and I just did it shiny. I love this one. I love this one. It spoke teddy bear to me because it's stitched. So it's kind of a freaky Halloween teddy bear kind of, yeah. So he's kind of morphed into a stitched teddy bear zombie-esque thing. And I think it's great. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I love them. I did really enjoy this box, this Halloween box. It went much smoother than my last Halloween box. Although my last Halloween box with the moulds, the sort of pumpkin and the cauldron, I know quite a few of you had a problem with those moulds. And I know a lot of you found my video helpful. So I'm glad that I was able to help you. I'm one that shows you my failures, in the hope that, you know, if you've had a failure, you can watch my video. And I'm not perfect, but if I've found a way around it, then I hope that you will watch my video, and, you know, hopefully I'm able to help you. So I know that video did help quite a few of you. But this, I've loved this box. It's really cute. I thought it was great. The UV resin, this worked well. The resin on here worked well. And this one, which I've not used before, their LED resin, I thought this was great. It worked brilliant. This was the only one I had a pocket air bubble, and that was just probably my fault. I didn't, the air bubble didn't come out. But yeah, I've loved it. I love the fact that these moulds are matte. Normally I like my moulds shiny, but they're matte, and I thought they were great. They're great cookie moulds. So Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It means the world to me, and I hope to see you soon. Take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.